Today, on Cool Things in the Bible, God saves and blesses Sarah. Genesis chapters 12 and 20. Abraham marries his half-sister Sarah, and she's a bombshell. Think all-time supermodel. And they end up moving to Egypt because of a famine. And then Abraham pulls the cowardliest move and has the audacity to say to her, "Look, you are so beautiful that the Egyptian lords are going to see you, want you, take you, and kill me to have you. So what I want you to do is lie about our marriage and say that we're just brother and sister, so that they can basically take you and do whatever they want to you, and my life will be saved." It's unbelievably cowardly. It's the ultimate act of betraying his role towards his wife as leader, protector, defender, provider. Now, what's interesting is that it's not that Abraham didn't have it in him to be a defender and warrior, because actually, just a couple chapters later, when his nephew Lot is kidnapped by raiders, Abraham, mobilizes a paramilitary force and personally leads them in battle to rescue successfully his nephew Lot. So, for his wife, not worth it in his mind. But for his nephew, a man, yeah. Now, there are cultural aspects that we can get into here, but at the end of the day, this is still an unbelievably cowardly act of betrayal towards his wife. And it's shocking because this is the guy that God chooses to be the first of his chosen race, the Israelites, the Jewish people. And this is the first thing he does, betraying his wife. Now, Sarah actually goes along with this and follows him in this as the ultimate act of submission towards her husband, allowing herself, willingly allowing herself to be raped, adulterized, whatever you want to call it, in order to follow him. She respects God's hierarchical order of her husband as leader so deeply that she considers Abraham's command as more important than her physical and emotional well-being. And you know what? She's actually praised for this in the New Testament in 1 Peter 3, quote, "For this is how the holy women of God used to adorn themselves, as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, and you are her children, modern Christian women, if you do good and do not fear anything that is frightening." And this happens twice between her and Abraham. In Genesis 12, she's actually taken into the harem and sexed. In Genesis 20, God saves her from that. And what's crazy is that their son Isaac does the exact same thing to his wife Rebecca, again in the land of Gerar and the king of Abimelech, and God saves her in that case. So what do we take away from this, my friends? As part of his astounding drama that is human history, God uses extremely flawed individuals as leaders. Why? Ultimately because they're humble. B, God's plan for wifely submission is absolute. It is not conditional. Abraham quite literally asking his wife to lie, putting her at risk of being raped in order to save his own skin. And God expected her to follow him, and she did. And she is praised for it as the example. So, wives, submit to your husbands, just like Sarah did. And husbands, don't be cowards. Be willing to fight to protect your wives and children. And finally, see, God rewards obedience. He saved Sarah from rape that second time and ended up giving her a child in her own age, old age, after being barren her whole life. And she lives on as the pinnacle beacon example of a beautiful, quiet, and gentle spirit with godly submission towards her husband. God be praised.